MRN Crew Call on MRN.com is presented by MoneyLion, the world's most powerful financial membership. MoneyLion, here we roar. And also brought to you by Hercules Tires. Ride on our strength.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to MRN Crew Call presented by MoneyLion. I'm your host, your boy, Rocko Williams, and I'm joined by the Ninja Turtles. I don't know why they're called the Ninja Turtles, but you're going to learn today. We have Justin Haley's pit crew in his third start in the Premier Series. These are the ones responsible for getting him his first win in NASCAR's Premier Series. We have Rogelio, we have Michael Hayden, and we have Roger.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for joining us today, guys.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, gleaming, looking like winners today, man. I mean, good Lord have mercy. I don't know if you've been under a rock, if you sleep, if you did not know what happened this weekend, but we had a driver in his third start. I don't even know how old this kid is. He looks like he's 11 or 12. I don't know, because all I focus on is pit crew, and all I know, this was his third start for a team, an upstart team, and he won the race, guys. How are y'all feeling? I mean, what happened?
Man, a lot of things happened.
Mother Nature.
a lot of storm watching.
A lot of storm watching. I mean, I was watching from the TV. I didn't have the pleasure of being there, but at the same time, when I saw the big one, the big one happened, I saw 17 cars get torn up. I was like, okay, here's a chance for one of the back of the pack teams, but I did not think the 77 at all would be in the mix. And then when they came down pit road, and I think Kurt Busch was leading, correct?
Yeah.
Kurt Busch is leading.
Landon Castle second.
Yep.
Landon Castle second. And y'all were running 27th at the time of the wreck, correct?
Yep.
Correct.
Yeah.
No, actually, Mike,
Well,
tell me what happened. Yeah, I want to hear from you. I don't want to hear myself. Tell me what happened, Mike.
We're in for a story here.
Honestly, like, as surprised as everyone's surprised about it. But honestly, it's not a surprise, because if you had watched the Talladega race before, the first Talladega race, you would have seen that we ran in the top 5, top 10, majority of the time, and then we ended up getting wrecked towards the end of it. But
So you're saying Justin Haley, he has skills.
Oh, yeah, he's got skills. The kid can drive for sure. I mean, he's maybe 12 years old, but still, he can drive. The thing about Justin that a lot of people don't know is, like, I won an ARCA race with him in Talladega, I think a couple of years ago. And the kid's a wheelman. He's a straight-up wheelman. He wheeled in the truck series. He's one of those kids, you can put him in anything and he can drive it. So I remember I did a Snapchat right before the race started, and I said, all right, guys, I was like, it's time to shock the world today. And everyone started laughing. And then, like, I got a bunch of responses back before the green flag went. And I looked at Roger. I said, Roger, I was like, we're going to shock the world today. And he was like, okay, Mike.
This was at Talladega, not Daytona.
No, this was Daytona.
Daytona. So
Yes.
Whatever, Mike.
I predict. I literally.
Mike,
I still have the screenshot for it.
Just because we're on TV.
I still have the screenshot for it, bud.
Really?
I still have the screenshot
It's
for
for
it.
real.
So
That's dope.
He had the whole thing.
I had the whole thing. So then,
Hey, you talked it into existence, right?
I did because I mean I knew it. So I knew that it was. I wouldn't say I knew it was going to happen, but I had a feeling because I mean.
You mean you had a feeling when you went into the garage that this was going to be your day?
I had a feeling that going into the garage this was going to be.
Well, I
our
want
day.
you to read my poem when we leave out of here, homie, because I don't think anybody had Justin Haley in the 77 winning but you.
I mean, but if you think about it, everyone knows once you go, there's 6 times in
right.
a year, especially in the Cup Series, where guys in the back of the field get the opportunity to win. We have 2 road course races, we have 4 super speedway races. So you know that, of course, the big one's going to happen. You know that at Sonoma or at Watkins Glen, you know what I mean? It could be a fuel mileage thing. Someone could be crazy enough and be like, you know what? Let's risk it for the biscuit, and you know what I mean? Like,
risk it for
That's
the
a new
biscuit.
one.
risk it for the biscuit, bud.
Hold on, I'm gonna write that one down. Risk it for the biscuit.
There you go.
Boy.
There you go. So you know what I mean? But when it happened, you know what I mean? It was wild and crazy. Of course, we can hear our spotter, and he's telling us, all right, stay clear and whatnot. So we get through. There was either one and a 00, and then us, and we kind of were like, all right, call it now. Like, call it now. We're in third place. then
You were happy with third.
I was happy
We
with
were
third.
good with
We
a
were happy-
solid third place.
Solid third place finish.
Let's go for it. So.
And then literally, they're like, all right, well, probably one to go. Most of the guys are going to probably come down. But we were 20 laps to the good on fuel. So then our crew chief was like, nah, he's like, we're just going to stay out. And either we're going to get shoveled to the back or they're going to wreck again and we're going to be back in the same position. So literally, I remember I heard the one to go, and then I see the one coming down pit road, and I see the 00 coming down pit road.
And I'm like, what?
And I looked at the monitor, and I was like, I think something's broken. I was like, because it says the 77 is the leader. And sure enough, like, all of a sudden we saw the lightning strike in the corner, and Rowe lost his mind. He was like he just.
That's it.
Yeah.
Like we won. I mean, I was already celebrating and everything.
Yeah.
As soon as that lightning
Even
struck.
Justin came over the radio and he said, he's like, man, I don't know what's going on there. I can see the lightning. He goes, I can see it from inside the race car.
So he
throw the caution.
was doing his rain dance inside the car.
Oh, yeah.
And y'all were doing it outside the car.
Oh, yeah.
There's a picture
Oh,
on
yeah.
Twitter of me like literally going like this. I'm like, bring it.
Well, Mr. Ladies Man right here, and everything. Just, every single week he's killing it with the ladies. All of a sudden he's calling the lady down.
Lady Rain. Lady Rain.
Lady Rain.
Let's hear. We have a video of that win, and let's see it from Justin's perspective, from the actual racetrack. I think we have a video to play, and let's take a look at that.
All right.
We put a race car on the track. It went through tech. We started the race, missed the wreck. It's like we played by the rules. We could have pitted or not pitted. We decided not to pit. Then it started raining. Look, I don't want to insult anybody's intelligence here. We were super, super lucky, but we had the same opportunity, and our competitors had the same opportunity that we had. Look, the difference is that we didn't have anything to lose. All these guys have been pulling for underdogs, and we hear it. Before we won, we were inundated with fans saying, "We're pulling for you guys. It's underdog. You guys stick it to them. We're, whatever." Okay, we did it. We gambled. The big difference is that, obviously the 1 and the 00 could have stayed out, right? And we totally understand. We work with Chip, and we get it. It's just that on this day, the 1 had to pit. They had enough to lose that they had to pit. And we will be the 1 at some point. And you know what we will do at that case? We will pit, because it is the smart thing to do. But we're not the 1 today, right? We're the 77. And we pushed all in on this sport, and we pushed all in on that caution. We put a race car on.
That's awesome. That's Jeff Dickerson, co-owner of Spire Motorsports. I mean, it says no better.
Yeah.
Look, guys, Ninja Turtles. Hey, sit tight. Hey, we have more of the Ninja Turtles in just a minute. Y'all make sure you jump right back in. We'll be right back after a quick break.
What's up? Vaughn Gittin Jr. here. How would you like the keys to a 700 horsepower custom-built Ford Mustang RTR designed by none other than NASCAR champ Joey Logano, the RTR design team, and me? It's one of 3 Mustangs you could win in the MoneyLion Here We Roar sweepstakes. How do you enter? Just text ROAR to 95615 or visit roarsweepstakes.moneylion.com.
No purchase necessary. Instant 2019. Must be 18 or older. For official sweepstake rules, visit roarsweepstakes.moneylion.com.
At the Goddard School, teachers customize lessons so children can explore their interests, have fun, and learn the skills they need for success in school and beyond. From infant sign language to pre-K students tackling STEAM learning, our Flex Learning Program or Fun Learning Experience is grounded in research that shows the most genuine learning occurs when children are having fun. Our teachers leverage this through lessons inspired by children's imaginations. To enroll, visit GoddardSchool.com. The Goddard School, learning for fun, learning for life.
Before you know it, we'll be crowning the 2019 Monster Energy NASCAR Cup champion in Miami. You need to be there to witness Ford Championship Weekend, November 15th through the 17th at Homestead Miami Speedway. 3 days, 3 races, 3 NASCAR champions.
What a year for Joey Logano, and he caps it off with a win at Homestead Miami Speedway.
Pick out the best seats in the house for the pinnacle race of the 2019 NASCAR season in South Florida. Call 866-409-7223. That's 866-409-RACE.
Getting Schooled is presented by the Goddard School, the best childhood preparation for social and academic success. Visit GoddardSchool.com for more information. The Goddard School, learning for fun, learning for life. And my kids go there as well. And y'all know that? Do I look like I have kids? You know
I know you have kids.
Yeah.
First of all, let's talk about the picture of you in the corner.
Yeah.
What about it? That's a dope picture. I look very.
Oh, come on now.
I look very scholarly,
Wow.
man. The cap and the gown. Only thing that needs to be changed is the black and gold gold deeks. But
them glasses though, you need to get some pairs like these.
Rocko was the dude in 8th grade benching like 400 pounds already.
Yes, absolutely.
Breaking records.
That's the way it was. And anyways, guys, let's get to serious. Hey, I just want to talk about we know this was a great accomplishment, and I mean we won't know the magnitude of what happened here until maybe a year or two from now. This is a very, very special thing. People are pit crew members for years, 10, 15 years, never win a single race, especially at the Premier Series. So you can check that off your box. And I mean, that is great. Congratulations, guys. And at the same time, I want to talk about how'd you even get here? I mean, you tell me about Excalibur. Let's talk to you, Roger. Okay. All right. You sit up for me, man.
The guy that actually works there.
And you're going to talk to me?
I got the seat raised all the way up.
How'd you end up at Excalibur Pit School and become a NASCAR Premier Series winner?
So originally I'm from Southern California.
Okay.
And I've always loved racing, wanted to be in it, just didn't know how. And ended up moving to North Carolina, went to NASCAR Tech, and through there came across Chuck, and he's like, hey.
Chuck Efall?
Yeah, Chuck Efall.
Okay.
And he said,
shout out, Chuck. You hear that, Chuck? This is Roger talking about you.
Just for you. Just for you. He said, you want to come do some pit stops? I'm like, sure. And started with him in 2014. He got me working right away and been there ever since.
Really?
Yeah.
So, I mean, this was just by chance. Have you heard of other schools similar to Excalibur, and then you had to weigh your options, or it was just you ran into Chuck and you went there?
Yeah. So, obviously, there's the pit school right next door to NASCAR Tech.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really look into it too seriously until he came to me, and I guess I don't know. I just didn't even consider anywhere else. I said, man, here's an opportunity. I'll jump right on it, and I jumped right on it.
And how old are you now?
I am 25 now.
25
after this weekend.
You're an old man.
Just turned 25 too.
Just fresh. I'm a young 25. I'm not one of the old 25.
What about you, Rogelio? How'd you get to Excalibur?
Oh man, it's a long story. But I'll make it short for all y'all. I mean, I'm from Columbus, Nebraska. I mean, everybody's like, "Oh, this Nebraska guy. Like, why is he even coming to racing?" It's like, what's they got out there?
What do you mean coming to racing? Did you go to NASCAR Tech as well?
I went to NASCAR Tech as well, and of course, everybody told me about the pit school. I was like, I don't really know because I mean, I was mostly with the NASCAR Tech, and I was trying to see if maybe I could learn more about the dynamics of the vehicle or of the car, I should say. So, the ins and outs, so that maybe I could get like an engineering or something. But I got picked up by Coach Horton, who runs a D4D program, and he set me up through there. And
the NASCAR Diversity Pit Crew Development Program.
Right.
We have strong ties there. And not only you, I didn't mean to cut you off, but
all good.
NASCAR Drive for Diversity has 3 members, with 2 graduates and 1 member, Michael Hayden, from that program who were in Victory Lane. So, Coach Horton was very ecstatic with that. Y'all represented very well on the part of NASCAR Diversity's behalf, So kudos to you guys for that. But I digress. Go ahead. Sorry.
That's all good. And then Coach Horton just kind of got hooked up with Chuck Efall, and basically Chuck brought me over, showed me a few things of like what I could do and where he could set me up on. Originally, I was a tire carrier, and that's how I was, going through it. But when we got into this 5-man thing, they're like, "Hey, Ro, do you think you could jack? I mean, you're pretty built. You think, I'm like, oh, yeah."
But what'd you really say, though?
I told them, I was like, I really like being a carrier.
Exactly. That's how I would be. I was like, hey, that jack is all right, but that beast mode tire carrier, there's nothing like it. There's nothing like it.
But I feel like it was an easier transition than actually Jackman going to being tire carriers and stuff, because as a carrier, you already know, how to set up, how to hang it, do everything. As a jackman, you're just doing the jacking part and stuff, so you don't know the ins and outs of that. But I mean, a jackman will probably tell me different. They're like, nah, it's the same. You have to learn each one. So
that's awesome. What about you, Mike?
I have a long story.
Mike.
I don't think we have enough time on the air.
We're gonna do the quick version. Gosh. You're a former football player.
Okay, yeah. So I played college ball, then moved from California over to North Carolina.
What position were you?
Running back.
Running back.
Yeah, because, I'm too small to play, tight end or something like that. So, but yeah, so I came from California, moved over, learned how to carry tires very quickly, and then went straight to a big team. I was with Everham. I started with Everham, then went to Fitz Bradshaw, then went to JTG Doherty Racing.
Fitz Bradshaw.
Exactly. The good old Fitz Bradshaw.
Oh, man, Armando.
Right, Armando Fitz. So I was in racing for about 3 to 4 years, and then I went back to football. So I played football for 6 years, played NFL, played arena, semi-pro, then retired.
What NFL teams?
Kansas City Chiefs and San Diego Chargers, and then had a lot of workouts for every other team on the planet.
I didn't know you had moves like that. You think you fat?
I'm halfway decent. I'm not going to lie. I'm halfway. I got a couple of MVP rings and some things like that, but I'm not going to brag about it.
Now, you better brag. We're going to keep.
No. You don't want to get him started.
No, don't get me started on it.
We'll be here for another 3 to 4 hours.
Exactly. But I retired in 2015, and then the opportunity actually came up to come back into racing. And there was a lot of people that actually reached out to me, and they're like, well, you're still young, you're still athletic, have you thought about getting back into it? And honestly, I hadn't really given it a second thought, because once I left it the first time, but a lot of people that work in racing, we always get roped back into it. When we say we're done, like, I'm done with it, and then we get roped back into it. So I came across Chuck, and I've been working with him since 2016. And, he wrote me into it and was like, all right, man, he's like, this is what I can do for you. This is how much I can help you with, and and the rest is history.
There's 2 common denominators here. You have Chuck E. Fall, you have Coach Phil Horton. So if y'all are listening to our show right now, Coach Horton, Chuck E. Fall, you the man. Your spawn is doing very, very well.
Yes. We finally made it.
We made it. Yeah.
Speaking of, explain to me a little bit of how it works at Excalibur, your typical day. Let's start with you, Roger. What are you responsible for, and how are your teams determined? I mean, all of y'all can talk about this, but I never really understood the dynamic of how your teams are formed, what cars you're doing. How do you know what cars you're doing, or whatever the case may be? Because you have a lot of teams and a lot of personnel that you have to manage, or that Chuck has to manage, and I'm sure that y'all have a role in that. Am I correct?
Yeah, so basically what we do is we start out, and he says, this is what the season's going to look like. First off, who do you kind of want around you? Who do you want on your crew? And then we can kind of
y'all have the option?
Yeah, for some people we do.
Why are you laughing, Mike?
For some people.
For some people we do.
Yeah. I think actually Roger preferred me to be on his vehicle.
Yeah. So
I think Roger handpicked everything at the beginning of this year.
He's like,
I don't know what to say, man.
It's not the lottery or anything like that.
If
like
I was a
reaching
tire
into box.
changer, I would make sure I had the best tire carrier in Jackman and best crew.
See?
So hey,
Thank you.
Right.
Take it as a compliment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically, so then you get your crews all set up, and then you figure out what time works best for everyone's schedule, because everybody's got full-time jobs and other stuff going on. So either meet at 8 in the morning, 11, or 5 o'clock in the evening. We work together, do pit stops, 5-man. We still do some ARCA stuff, so we got to practice 6-man as well. And that's pretty much it.
But I remember going there, and I saw this massive list of names and this massive list of races, and it seems like there was movement going around from different crew members to different teams. Why is that, and what is the reason for that? Is it performance-based? Is it need-based, or how does that work there, the whole
It's all performance-based, because when you have teams that actually, have us from the get-go, then they say, after a couple races, they're like, okay, this changer is messing up a little bit. It's like, can we get somebody different, or this carrier? Things have kind of gone miss. So sometimes the team plays a little part into it, to where
you have a bad pit stop. They say, hey, don't bring that bum to the track anymore, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
find me somebody else.
Right.
Exact word.
That guy right there. That guy right. I don't want to see him again.
Yeah.
Trash.
I mean, there's been cases where actually the whole team has been actually moved over, and I mean, I've been part of it sometimes. So,
but that's how you get better, right?
Yeah, that's how you get better.
Yeah.
But he actually keeps the teams consistent between, from trucks, Xfinity, cup level and everything. So.
And I talk about that because I was not very familiar with Excalibur prior to the relationship with NASCAR Drive for Diversity Pit Crew Development, and the relationship there, the experience gained from those young athletes from that program intermixed with Excalibur athletes, I mean, they have just skyrocketed. You know, I mean, before they used to stay with us longer, but Coach Horton had the idea of, hey, let's infuse them with guys doing it now, athletic guys, and let them really see how it's done aside from what we're teaching them. And it's paid major dividends in the progression of those younger athletes. And that's partly because of you guys. And I'm sure y'all are pushing them, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we try. I mean, they do a good job coaching and everything. I mean, we try from having experience. We'll come in and say, hey, you know, try this a little different, or here, let's work on something else. And I'm sure they appreciate it. And
yeah, so there's some of them that just look at it and be like, you know what, I don't want to be coached by this guy. I mean, I've had that a couple of times, and just, you know, having different carriers and different jackmen actually come up to me and actually ask me, it's like, bro, you do something a little bit different than what I do. How do you do that? It's like, you seem like you're a lot faster. And it's like, well, like, let me see how you do. And watching them, it's like, okay, why don't you change your footwork up here or there, or how you set up? It's like them little itty bitty things that people don't realize that can make you a little bit faster and stuff. I mean, especially a sport that's like, okay, by tenths or hundredths or something like that, you know, you're all focused on that little bit that you could give an edge, you know.
And you love your tires, right? Y'all love your tires?
Oh, yeah.
You love tires?
Oh, tires.
Okay. I'm just asking that because Hercules Tires is giving away a free set of tires this month. And all you have to do is register by going to www.herculestire.com/MRN, and you could be the recipient of a free set of Hercules Tires. Hey, we're going to be right back with these Ninja Turtles, and you're going to learn why we're calling them the Ninja Turtles. Then we're going to talk about that money. We're going to talk about them bags. We're going to get in them bags. Anyways, we'll be right back with MRN Crew Call.
Here's your chance to win a set of your very own Hercules tires. Go to HerculesTires.com/MRN. Simply register, and each month we'll give away one set of tires. Hercules Tires has the value, selection, and industry-leading mileage coverage to get you wherever you need to go, no matter where the road takes you. Register now for your chance to win a set of Hercules tires at HerculesTires.com/MRN. Hercules Tires. Ride on our street.
For more than 80 years, Detroit Diesel has been the legendary driving force powering many of the best-known trucks on the road. Through our state-of-the-art Detroit technologies in components and safety systems, we've earned our customers' trust as a reliable business partner dedicated to improving their bottom line. It's no wonder they continue to depend on Detroit to keep them safe and efficient on the road. When you demand it all, demand Detroit.
2019 is the Motor Racing Network's 50th year, and things are about to get a lot louder. I'm Woody Kane. The NASCAR season is revving its engine, and MRN's two biggest loudspeakers are back when race spotter Joey Meyer and I bring you the latest news, results, and headlines every Monday on MRN Out Loud. Crank it up Mondays on MRN.com, iTunes, or wherever podcasts are heard.
We own it. I own it. Rogelio owns it.
Right.
Mike owns it. My boy Roger owns it. He owns those bags. We're talking money bags.
That's right.
Guys,
Make it rain.
Financial Crew Chief presented by MoneyLion. In this section of the show, you know, you can't pick cars forever. And, you know, you can't pick cars forever. At the same time, you can earn a great living doing what we're doing, having fun, traveling across the country, you know, pitting cars, playing in traffic. Human Frogger, basically, essentially, is what we are.
Human Frogger.
But you are a bit different from other premier teams as far as your work schedule. You know, you have careers, you have full-time jobs, part-time jobs, whatever. You're thinking about life after pit stops. Can each one of you briefly describe what you see yourself doing, what you're doing now aside from pit stop to prepare yourself for life after pit stop? We'll start with you, Roger.
Oh, 10-4.
Come on, Mike.
Let him wake up here a little bit, you know.
Yeah,
Get that monster.
Should we start with Mike? No, Mike.
No.
Because then Roger won't get in.
No, it's on Roger right
Tell me
now.
about it, Roger. What are you planning?
So Right now, I'm working at a lithium battery company's Lithium Hub. It's actually conveniently right next door to Excalibur, so it's not too far of a commute for me to get to practice.
Mike, why are you laughing? Mike. All right, no. All right, let's not be rude.
He's laughing. He's just it's a jealousy thing, I think, because
here it is.
I live about 2 minutes away from where I work and practice, so I spend like $10 a month on gas.
That's like ingenious.
And right?
Don't hate the play, guys.
Right?
Yeah. MoneyLion, take it.
What about you? Rogelio?
Oh, okay.
We'll save Mike for last.
Yeah, we'll save Mike for last.
Yeah.
He's the heavy talker right here. We're gonna have a whole list of like what he's accomplished. Well, currently right now I'm working at Bilstein. It's the shock absorbers, and I've been only working there for just a little while, but I mean, I see myself as a good career into it because I'm actually working inside the shop, building the shocks, as well as actually being part of the engineering process of it. So, just having that like little bit of engineering background kind of helps out with this whole thing.
Yeah, that shock building is very meticulous, right? And it's very important as well. But you have to be very, very specific, you know, and
all
detailed.
the little intricate parts and stuff that have to go into it. I mean, you could look at a shock and be like, I could build one of these. It's like, okay, well, take it apart and put it all back together and see how much stuff you got in there, you know? Because there's plenty of things that could go wrong if you don't put it in right.
So you don't have a messy car, and your room is spotless, right? Your house is spotless. I said your room like your little kid.
I don't know about kids. Well, currently, me and my wife were actually trying to find a house right now, and I mean, our apartment that we have is like
your
cluttered.
wife.
Yeah,
shout your wife out, man.
Yeah.
You know she's
Shaylee Ramirez. Sorry, I'm about to say her real last name. Yeah,
I'm gonna get you in trouble, man.
I know you will. Shoot. She's probably watching this right now and be like, "You better give me a shout out."
I had to make you get a shout out, but hey,
I know.
Say hi one more time. I didn't tell him to do it.
Hey, Shaylee.
There you go.
Nice to see you.
What about you, Mike? What's going on?
So right now, I personal train and mentor pro athletes right now. So once I retired from football is one of the things I really wanted to get into. And I had kind of already learned about a little bit of retirement, just dealing with football and stuff like that too as well. So, I mean, it's fun. I love it. I love what I do. I'm blessed to be able to do it, to be able to be one of those guys who could be able to bounce back and forth between one sport to another sport and be able to finish with something like this, especially with NASCAR.
No, it's very similar because you and I both being college athletes at the same time. We've been in the sport around the same time.
Exactly.
The physical necessities you need to play stick and ball sports translate very well.
Extremely.
With what we do as pit crew members.
Extremely well.
As well as the mental aspect of it as knowing how to perform. As a crew member, you can have crew members who know how to change tires, and they do it well. But can you perform when the pressure is on, when you're running up front? That is the difference maker. And that has been the knock on a lot of back-of-the-pack teams who had great pit crew. They could never get off of that umbrella. Well, hey, you're not running up front. Hey, you can do it when you're a lap down.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
but can you do it when the pressure's on?
But can you do it when the pressure's on? And that is one of the biggest changes I've seen with the type of athletes that are coming from Excalibur. Not even just Excalibur, but from just the diversity pit crew athletes who have been coached by y'all. I mean, or worked with you guys, you know, that they handle that pressure very well because you guys are working constantly.
Yeah.
You know, there's races, your ARCA, truck, cup. How many races are you doing this week?
3. Only because I can't fly to Elko.
Exactly. And that really pissed me off when I was a crew member. It really did. And when I saw, I called them lazy crew members where they felt like they made it. Once they got to that cup team or the Premier Series, they would do cup only. You know, it's like, oh, yeah, I'm not doing Xfinity or whatever. I'm not doing trucks. That's beneath me. But at the same time, that's your practice.
Yeah.
That's how you perfect your craft. That's how you get better and perform at a high level. Wouldn't you agree? I would want to do a race Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And I just feel like it gets you in tune for that race, right?
Well, by the time, we have a couple weekends where we do all 4 races. So you do ARCA, trucks, Xfinity Cup. And I know by the time that I get to Sunday or whatnot, I already got a good sweat going. I'm ready and stuff like that. The body's already warmed up too as well. And to me, like, I mean, that's the time you get to perform, but also too as well, being able to win at every level is something in general. Like, I know I've won ARCA series races, a ton of them. I've won Xfinity, Busch, Nationwide, and then now the Cup series. And the only series I haven't won is in the trucks. You know what I mean? So for me, I say winning at every level is winning in general. So if you win a championship in ARCA, you won a championship. It doesn't matter. If you won at trucks, you won a championship. So
a win is a win.
A win is a win. Winning is winning.
I want to have a little fun. I want to have a little fun here with your boss man, Chuck Efall. All right?
We're going to have some good fun.
I just want y'all briefly to describe Chuck Efall in 3 words or less. Can you do that? Real quick. Starting with you, Rogelio.
A strong-minded man.
All right. Strong-minded man. Okay, I like that. Okay.
He's a honey badger.
Inside? Inside.
He's relentless. He's absolutely relentless.
Yes.
You see him walking up and down pit road or see him like, he's just relentless. He's just that guy. You're like, oh, here he comes. Here we go. Yeah. Or usually every time he'll say, Mike, I need to talk to you in the office. And I'm like, oh, I'm getting yelled at. Here we go. And he's like, good job this weekend. And I'm like, okay.
But you don't know if you're going to get the talking to or just the, hey, what's up?
Exactly. That's why I say he's like a honey badger. Like, you just don't know what's coming for you. You're like, is he going to be pettable?
Yeah.
or is he going to come at your throat?
Yeah.
How about you, Roger?
Oh, man. I don't know. I think you took mine. That's the best way to describe it. He focused and relentless like that, and you never know. He's so serious, but so you don't know whether he's going to come at you in a joking way or, give you the talk. And
Did Chuck ever tell y'all the story?
Pretty entertaining.
Did he ever tell you the story when we carried tires together?
No.
I just ask him about it when you get back, all right?
All right.
And that's your homework assignment when you get back to Excalibur.
Is it that good?
Or
that bad?
It might be. It's good and bad. Maybe
Can we hear both your guys' stories? I'm sure his might be a little bit different than yours.
All right. I'll tell you mine over the phone.
All right, sounds good.
All right. Hey, we got the Ninja Turtles in here. What are your Ninja Turtle names? Because we got our clutch performers of the week coming up, and y'all might know who they are, but what do they call you?
Leonardo.
And what do they call you?
I'm Donatello.
What do they call you?
That makes me Mikey.
All right, Mikey. Hey, we're going to be back with these Ninja Turtles. After a quick break, we'll be right back. MRN Crew Call, presented by MoneyLion.
Did you know that banks collected over $15 billion in unnecessary bank fees last year? Come on, enough is enough. It's time we took back control of our finances. That's why MoneyLion is proud to bring you the Financial Crew Chief and to be a NASCAR sponsor. Look, no one knows more about hard work and pursuing their dreams than NASCAR fans, drivers, and teams. So we want to bring you the kind of banking that the big banks would never build, with features like zero-fee checking and zero-fee investment accounts. And because life is also meant for a join, with MoneyLion, NASCAR fans get even more. We're giving away 1,500 NASCAR tickets to our members this year. Plus, you can get 5% cash back on NASCAR tickets, at-track purchases, and all purchases at NASCAR.com. Learn more at MoneyLion.com or download our app. This is America's most powerful financial membership. MoneyLion. Here we roar.
Clutch Coffee Bar in Mooresville, North Carolina is redefining the drive-thru coffee game in Race City, USA. The Clutch experience is fast, friendly, and delicious. Quality drinks and unmatched customer service is the name of the game. Clutch Coffee Bar offers signature lattes and mochas, custom flavor-infused energy drinks, smoothies, and more. Over 25 flavors, there's something for everyone. Visit our 2 locations in Mooresville, 356 Williamson Road and 154 West Plaza Drive. Open daily from 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. Power up today with Clutch Coffee Bar.
One more ride.
All right, we're back to MRN Crew Call, presented by MoneyLion. My favorite part of the show is our Clutch Coffee hit performance of the weekend. It should be no secret, and it should be no surprise who that's going to. We just have the crew members here who have the biggest upset of the year. I mean, just
all time, actually.
All time.
The century.
I say of all time.
Of the century. So it has to go to the number 77 pit crew for Justin Haley, Roger Debold, Omar Grimaldo, Rogelio Ramirez, Michael Hayden, and Bugs Gardner Jr. And when I saw that, I thought it was a typo, but Bugs
Nope.
is his real name.
Bugs
Right?
is his real first name.
All right.
Just ask
Real
him one
first
time.
name.
Did you ask him? Did you when y'all met Bugs? What did you say?
I didn't ask him at first. I
literally
just
asked
assumed
him.
it was a nickname. So I'm like, hey, Bugs, blah, blah, blah. And, you know.
I walked into the holler. I was like, I'm looking for Bugs. Is Bugs on here?
I would have been like, so your mama named you Bugs.
Bugs.
Yeah.
Like the bunny?
You gotta tell me.
I know, right? Shoot.
Sorry, Bugs. I'm just having some fun, but Bugs?
What up, Dak?
Who else
Don't
are
ever
we
change your
missing?
name.
Who else are we missing from that crew? Let's
We're missing Zach Young.
Okay.
He was originally actually on as the Jackman. Me and him were just swapping out here and there.
Jackman
But,
Zach.
Yeah. He needs to get a shout out here. So. But I mean, some things happen. He's been under some, been hurting basically, some shoulder injury or something like that. And so I basically been filling in for him, and thankfully it was this week. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Who else we have here that's not here today?
Omar Grimaldo's not here. He's actually the rear tire changer. He wasn't able to be here, but shout out to Omar Blood. Omar is our Raphael of the group, so he's very he's very boisterous, and he'll let you know how he feels about it. But between all of us, he's the person that a lot of us we need that person. Everyone in the group is their name for a reason, because it all makes sense. And Omar is definitely the Raphael of the group. So
that's awesome. And who else is that? Everybody?
That's basically
Bugs, yeah, Bugs, yeah, and then besides Bugs,
Bugs.
Guys, you're pitting for Justy Haley, startup team for Spire Motorsports. I mean, if you had the opportunity to pit on a Premier Series team, a Hendrick, a Penske, Joe Gibbs, I mean, would that be possible? What would you say that you are the reason why that you could pit at those elite level teams?
Actually, because I've had actually pitted with them. I mean, I pitted with Penske, I pitted with Hendrick and RCR. All them guys, they just, the coaches just know through Chuck that it's like, hey, I need like an extra guy here or somewhere. And I've been filling in, especially like with Hendricks. I've been on their 15 team. I know a bunch of guys that are on there, and they like having me on there. So,
I hear you.
Yeah.
What about you, Mike?
I mean, I've been at the top level
You are.
before. I've already been at the top level before, so I mean, I'm not going to say that I think that I should be somewhere where I'm not, because I'm where I am now.
Exactly.
And I'm appreciative of where I am now. So I'll take our turtle gang, and I will literally put it up against anybody on the best day. And I know that there's probably some teams out there that are next to us that have gotten waxed on pit road, but they're not going to admit it. And I know that Sunday or Saturday when we race, I'll hear about it. But
yeah, football's coming out of you.
Yeah.
What about you, Roger?
I mean, I've never been at the top level, but I work on just being real consistent. So I feel like, as long as you're consistent and people can count on you to do the same thing every single time, I feel like that's what any team would want. So.
That's what I'm talking about. That well said, guys. Like I said, you were doing the damn thing. Enjoy this, okay? Like I say, this doesn't happen often.
Nah.
You're right, you enjoy it. You embrace that turtle gang, and you do what you do, baby.
That's right.
Good luck out there in Kentucky, man. I know y'all will do well at the same time, and I appreciate you joining us today on the MRN Crew Call, presented by MoneyLion. I'm your host, Rocko Williams. I'm here with the Turtle Gang. Upset of the century. Justin Haley's pit crew right here. They did it. Can't deny them.